little pauses to me, man, that shit sounds so incredible to me. I want to get back to the song. This shit is nasty.
I'm gonna start this back from
Nasty.
the beginning. Charismatic frontman can do a lot.
Yeah, boy.
Can do a lot for a band. They can make a band and kill a band.
Nasty though.
That
is
no
nasty.
wrong to me.
That is nasty.
The riffs and my man Peter Steele's voice.
Really, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me, guys. So, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. And it's never mind. Keep it going, George. just keep it going. Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we give you our exclusive access to all of our videos, 186 videos and counting.
Bangers too, though. Bangers. You know, nothing too shabby. I mean, I don't know, like a Led Zeppelin marathon. We got Metallica on there, some Megadeth stuff. You know, I'm just saying, just throwing that out there, man.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man George.
What's saying, guys? How you living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers. And of course, shout out to everybody that's been following us on Instagram. That's DEAF2 Radio. That's our new Instagram. Make sure y'all follow us there.
And as always, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure the notification is actually set to all so you get all of our videos as they drop. Up-and-coming artists, make sure you check out the link in the description. We'll do about 60 seconds of your song in front of one of our up-and-coming videos to get you some exposure. So make sure you check that out. So we're getting back to Animals as Leaders, guys. I think we did CAFO, was the name of it? CAFO was the name of that song. We did that shit way when we first started, man. That was a long time ago, man.
We're talking maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. That was a long time ago.
So I think we need a refresher because I don't remember that song. And that's usually not a good sign, but but I don't remember that song. So man, if you could, George, can you give me a little bit of a refresher, homie?
Yeah, let's go ahead and play it. I think we need to do a better job in going back ourselves, especially for songs that didn't make playlists, to go back to them, and when we're doing a new song, just to kind of see how we felt. Maybe something has changed. We'll see. They're outrageous, though. Yeah, they are outrageous musicians.
Yeah,
outrageous. Yeah. I remember it being a technical
onslaught.
It was a display, man. Without a doubt, the guitar work in there. Obviously, the drum work is super crazy. They're very, very, very good musicians. So, but I do feel the same way as I felt then. You know what I'm saying? With just being able to it being something that I can listen to. Nah, you know what I mean? Even in 2023, same thing.
Well, let's keep an open mind for the new one.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with the new one. All right, Animals as Leaders. We're doing Red Miso, and this is off the new album. I think it's called Parhesia. I could be wrong. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. They dropped that album, I think, March of last year. So, relatively new joint from them. Let's see. Animals as Leaders. Red Miso. You to take it away, man.
It's cool. It's cool. I like it.
Before what though? Before, I mean, just in case.
Oh yeah, I always say that, right? Just in case the shit takes a crazy detour. In this case, it goes crazy. Yeah, I hear you.
Something nice.
Yeah, but you know what though, man? I hate to say it because I feel like when I'm about to say, I say all the time, but it kind of gives me that Perfect Circle, like Tool, like vibe. You know, anything that kind of sounds like this, I always say that. But it sounds very palatable, you know, because when we did that like refresher with CAFO, I hope I'm saying that right. When we did the refresher for that, it's kind of a sensory overload. Even though they can play very well, and you're like, wow, that's just amazing. It's just a display of skill. That's what it reminds me of. This seems more musical structure that I can kind of take in. I mean, I guess it's all musical structure, guys. It's just open to interpretation. But the way I receive music, I should probably say, this kind of seems like a better offering for me.
It's just smoother, and it's a lot more subdued
So far.
And you can so far, and then you can make out what's happening. I think the drumming is actually very, very slick in this, and I do like the sporadic. I like that. It's very futuristic. The Expanse fucking intro song is what this sounds like. Shout out to people who know about The Expanse on Amazon. It's a show on Amazon.
We need to get a check for some of this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Just give Amazon more money. Why not? Fuck it. They don't have enough. And I feel like that's a very interesting way of, if that's a guitar, right? Making these sort of what I feel like are like sporadic like riffs. I really feel like that can almost be distinguished as a completely different instrument. It may be a different instrument, but if they're doing that with the guitar, I just think that's very, very intriguing, and it just sounds cool right now, honestly. All right, let's keep it going. Yeah, that's incredible. The music elitists throw y'all. This is where y'all throw y'all draws on stage. Is this like the equivalent to an R&B, a dude that's in the R&B world singing his ass off, hitting a high note, and then the ladies throwing their panties on stage? Is this what that is for y'all? Because this part right here seems like a musician's dream. I would say right up until 143, right up to about 143, this was sounding very, very good to me. I thought it sounded really, really slick. I thought it was very creative. It had this futuristic sort of slick groove, and even that solo, I would say, I forgot what part it was. Where is it? Right here? Right here. Very, very sexy to me, honestly. It's just like this sexy sort of guitar solo that's being introduced in the midst of this sort of technical display, but very, very subdued, almost like futuristic jazz-like groove, man. Mm-hmm. And then it got to 143, right about here. But that 143 is when it started to lose me a little bit. I was actually sort of in a really nice zone up until 143. When it went to that when it got out of that groove and it kind of changed up a little bit, it started to lose me. So we'll see what they do with the rest of it. But yeah, 143 on is a little shaky for me.
When I hear things like this, and I don't know what other way to articulate it outside of it gets away from music to me. It's just not musical anymore. It turns from a song structure that I can enjoy and kind of take into a musical class. This is what it just becomes a skill session on how I can make various different sounds with an instrument at a high level, but it's no longer musical to my ears. It's just like, that's great. This is just to me, music is subjective, so that, you guys can debate me all you want to in the comments. It's just the way I receive music, and I just like to get into a groove and catch a vibe. And when I can't do that, it's always going to be hard for me. That's just the bottom line. It's going to be hard for me to kind of get into it. When you want ding 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 ding, and doing all this, that's great and that's very skillful, but I don't want to listen to that. That's the bottom line.
Yep. It's one of those things, man. This is progressive metal, right? So we know that progressive metal, at this point at least, we know that they push boundaries, right? And I think they're pushing the boundary. I think what you're saying, Ryan, is the conventional structure of music. Once you start straying away from that, you can look at it as a spectrum. Once you start getting away from conventional grooves and you start getting closer to, just essentially displaying high-level musicianship without necessarily capturing conventional elements of groove, then it becomes shaky. And of course, that's by design. Of course, they're trying to push boundaries, but it's going to lose a lot of people. And that's what makes this a niche. That's not what makes this the most mass appealing thing. So you got to respect it, man. You respect what they able to accomplish and pull off. But I would think if I was a progressive metal head, if you like a certain genre and if you have a favorite genre, but you're also a music head outside of that genre, I think you would understand that at certain parts throughout certain songs, this is going to lose probably the casual listener to your genre. The people who are surprised by that, blow my mind. Like, I feel like most people around this point, y'all should have predicted the shit. Yep, 143. 143 is when this is going to get a little shaky. Y'all should predict it. Come on. They're clearly straying away from convention, and they're pushing the limit, man. So I respect what they're able to do, but that first minute and 43 seconds, though, man. Mwah! Can I point something out though? Is that the bass right there? The bang, 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 bang. Like the slight heaviness in there, right? When it intensifies. Yo, shout out to the bassist, man. I just wanted to point that out because we shouted out Tosin. Tosin's getting crazy. The drumming's incredible, but I think that might be bass work in there as well that I'm really, really digging. Let's get back to it.
I gotta pause it, man, because
say what you said.
I gotta pause it because I don't want to forget this analogy, man. I really feel like they're very skillful, man, and I feel like what we're witnessing here and what we're hearing is just skill done at a very, very high level, and it's just it sounds very difficult to do. I'm like, wow, they're very, very talented. If I'm in a board meeting, if I'm going to a board meeting to close a deal with us, let's say we were gonna do a podcast or something, and Apple or Amazon wanted to talk to us about that, or iTunes or whoever, and we're going to a board meeting to talk about this potential partnership, and I just start breakdancing out of the blue. because I'm a cold ass breakdancer and this is a skill that I know how to do, which is dope as fuck, and I'm like killing it, they would look at me like, what the fuck is he doing? You know what I'm saying? This is not the time. That was incredible, Ryan.
You called them off guard and me off guard. I didn't think you were going to say breakdance.
Yeah, they would be like, that's great. Yeah, that's incredible.
No, they would be calling security. Like, get this motherfucker out of here.
It's not the time and place for it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this is incredible, but it's just not the time and place to put this in a song. Put this in something on YouTube and make it almost like a freestyle. Like a rapper would do a freestyle. Make it like a freestyle. See, like, dude, this is great. All the progressive metal elitists can be like, ooh, this is incredible. You gotta watch it. And then it's in little doses. This is just not the time and place for it, bruh, in my opinion.
Right? What's happening right now? This. It's getting kind of nice right now. With that solo, I was trying to make a point, but I went too far.
It was before that.
Yeah, let me pull it back. So that's a good sign though that the solo was kind of helping it, because the solo, was smoothing it out. So let me pull it back a little bit to make my point. But this part. But actually, you know what, man? Let's listen to it again, man. Let's start the reaction over. That part right there was like the Star Wars battle of like the Death Star battle or some shit like that, where it's just the lasers are going off and the stormtroopers are coming in, and it's just a lot of a warlike chaos in the instrumentation happening. They still are pulling off some amazing things, though. Amidst all of the chaos, I understand the timing and precision and just skill that has to be done in order to pull that off. But it is a bit chaotic to someone who isn't into this. And let's see what they do with that solo, man. Yeah. Let's see what they do.
Like they were smoothing that out.
Yeah, let's get back to it. I respect what the hell they did in this song. I thought the first part of this song was very, very dope as a song. Yep. And I have to agree, Ryan. I think once it got to about 143, I felt like it was out of our depth. I'm going to say out of my depth. Yep. I'm going to say in terms of what I tend to like in music. I just think it got a little bit chaotic. I still feel like they were doing some incredible things, and I think that's what musicians are going to love. Yep. 143 on is probably your favorite part of the song. May not have been what I would feel is in the realm of musicality personally, but I do think they were pulling off some skillful shit that still technically worked. And I did enjoy the solos throughout the song. I thought the solo at the beginning was really nice, and at the part that we liked, I think. And then I thought the solo at the end when we were kind of talking shit and when I was talking shit, and they kind of got into that. So I thought that was good. So very, very skillful, man. Salute to them. Don't think it's gonna be for either of us, to listen to in our spare time. Perhaps this would come off differently live. Just to marvel at some seeing these guys do this live and pull this off. And I would be very curious to see this live. So, give us more from them, man. I thought that this was an intriguing listen. I think it sparked some thought. It had my attention the entire way through. So salute to them, man. Great musicians. That's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel. If you're interested, it will allow you to get exclusive access to our content. The link for that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan. Las Vegas.
We out.